look at what we got here. All right, getting into one little tester here because we started to turn over in color here. Maverick AI Pro colors your candles to the data, not to price and direction. And you can see here, this is kind of middle of the night action, but still a good representation. If you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen. Red and hot pink are your strongest downside data candles. We have a saying, if you see pink, it will most likely sink. This is middle of the night action. Okay, here we go. This is yesterday. Oh my goodness. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. Woo-wee, woo doggy. So why are we getting into this sucker? Well, you can see we've been just having consolidation. It is a Friday. I don't think we have any news today. Let me stretch that up so we can see the Maverick news. So it's loading the news events. Yeah, so you got no news today. So there's nothing like the Fed talking or president scheduled to talk or anything like that. So one click of a button, I can get rid of that. Oh, we're starting to get pink candles. Okay, let's go. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. Okay, now you're getting some retracement because you're in manipulation time, but I'll walk you guys through why we're in this trade. All right, let me clean up my charts here. Boom. Okay. All right, so what's got my attention? Red background. The bears are in control, right? Red background, bears are in control. Had red candles. Now you're starting to get pink candles. Okay, and again, pink is your strongest downside data candle. We get very excited. Now, yeah, you had some pink here. You had like 3 pink candles, and it was a nice move down, don't get me wrong, but it's also 7:30 in the morning. All right, so now we're going to start moving down here. I'm actually going to add to the position. We're out of manipulation time. So I'm actually going to add to the position right here. Okay, we now have been upgraded to an A+ setup on the Ultimate Trading Assistant, the Maverick Radar down here. The Maverick Radar goes through each one of our indicators and it grades it where we're at with those indicators. Then it gives you an overall score right here, okay? And it'll either tell you don't have a setup, you have a B setup, or you got an A setup. And right now you got an A+ setup to the downside. I feel like we've been taking a lot of shorts this week. I don't know what that says about the market, but all right, all 5 traders up here are voting bearish across 6 time frames. So think of T1 through T5 as traders, and they all have a different style and or a different way of trading. They're all looking for different things, and they're all voting bearish across 6 time frames. So you can change these time frames to whatever you want. You can actually add a 7th time frame if you want to get crazy there. And then finally, the Maverick Zones. The Maverick Zones is auto-drawing all your support and resistance zones for you. How stinking cool is that? And then when price gets close to it, what it does is it gives us these probability scores. And a probability score of price holding or breaking. Anything less than 90% is totally game for breaking. Anything greater than 90% is like a brick wall. Well, see how we're having a hard time in between here? Okay, look at the scores, 75, 70, they're pretty close. They're pretty darn close, right? And like I said, anything under 90% is game for breaking. Well, which is gonna break, okay? Well, see, now they're starting to separate. Now we're starting to get a much lower score here versus here. And a lot of times price likes to move away from where? The stronger zone. Okay, the stronger zone. Okay, now this is gonna move slow. That's what I love about ES. It moves slow, especially in the morning, especially on a Friday morning. Now, when you look at price action, see this wick right here? Wicked right at the bottom of this zone that got drawn at 4:55 a.m. I want to push past this. I want to make sure that we get into this zone before I add one more final contract to it. Okay. But all signs are pointing to the downside here, folks. Remember, the Maverick AI Pro colors your candles to the data, not to price and direction. And we got a hot pink candle. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. We got a red background. The bears are in control. You got an A plus set up to the downside. You got an A plus set up to the downside on your Maverick radar, which comes for, in the Ultimate Edge bundle, works on NinjaTrader and TradingView. All 5 traders up here are voting bearish across 6 time frames. If I put you in the room with 5 other traders and they were all voting bearish, would that give you some confidence to go short? And then a lot of times, not every time, but a lot of times price likes to move away from the stronger zone. Where's your stronger zone? It's up here. It's up here. Now you are in manipulation time, so we got to be careful. This is the Maverick atomic clock. Terms read during market maker potential, market maker manipulation time, okay, where they try and throw off those retail traders, pesky retail traders. All right, so we're stacking probability, right? I feel like I talk about this in every. We're not just looking for one signal, one thing, one pattern or anything. Like, we are stacking probability. If it walks like a duck, it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it swims like a duck, it's probably a duck. Well, if you have a red background, if you got hot pink candles, your strongest downside data candles, if you got an A plus setup to the downside on the ultimate trading assistant down here, if all 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames, again, we're stacking probability in our favor. By the way, Maverick Trender has been pegged this entire time. This line here, when it's pegged to the top, it shows massive strength and momentum. I mean, this thing's been pegged this whole way through. See this flat top? This is a flat top right here, but it's green, so it was to the upside. Huge move, right? And you get this downtrend label, by the way, on the downtrend. All right, here we go. Let's break through this zone. Price a lot of times, not every time, likes to move away from your strongest zone. Okay, so pretty cool stuff. But again, it's Friday. I know a lot of profitable traders that haven't touched a Friday in years. It's 8:56 a.m. and we don't have any news. But you guys know I like to get futures out of the way so I can trade options for the rest of the day. And we get some cool stuff for my options, folks. Look, down confidence arrow, okay? Of course, the minute I circle it, it goes away. There you go, down confidence arrow. A plus set up to the downside. All 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames, okay? Oh, I wanted to add a position. What am I doing? I wanted to add a position. I thought I already did it. I wanted to add a position way back here. All right, that's okay. That's all right. Oh my gosh. I thought I'm too busy yapping about this. Again, we are a software company that makes amazing tools for day traders. Whether you trade options, whether you trade crypto, whether you trade futures like we are right now. And we support 2 platforms, NinjaTrader and TradingView. I just like to say that from time to time because a lot of times people think that we don't sell any trading courses or anything like that. We are a software company, and our quants are working really hard to give you guys some massive value. I showed you guys the Maverick Gamma Pro yesterday. Go back and look. You guys got a sneak peek of the institutional levels that will be available on your charts. Absolutely, it's going to be a game changer for so many folks. And when we combine everything you're seeing here with those institutional levels, we've had some crazy trades this week. Crazy good trades. Anyway, so but more to come on that. So All right, so I'm gonna leave my chart up. We'll keep watching this thing. Again, oh, by the way, congrats to all of you that have gotten funded this week. So cool. We actually picked up 2 more accounts. We picked up 2 50K accounts for funsies. So we did that this week. That was also fun. Outside of taking trades on some funded accounts, we were like, let's pick up a couple more funded accounts. So we went and passed 2 more evals. And I know many of you guys have passed evals this week. So congrats to you. Again, I hate saying names because I always leave somebody out. So there's just so many of you guys crushing it. All right, so one last time, and then I'll leave my chart up. Red background. Bears are in control. Hot pink candles. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. Look at yesterday. What was yesterday? Look at yesterday. Look at this. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. If you see pink, it will most... This was yesterday. Insane. Insane. Clean up my chart. Okay, so we got red background. We got hot pink candles. We got an A+ setup on the Ultimate Trading Assistant, the Maverick Radar. Maverick Trender has not flinched all the way since here. Holy smokes, what a move by the Maverick Trender. It's been flat this entire time. And then all 5 traders have been voting bearish across 6 time frames this entire time. Crazy good. We are in manipulation time right here, so we got to wait till this clock turns white before we cast judgment here, but we're not adding any more to the position. I'm not gonna do more than three contracts here. So all right, so I'm gonna leave my chart up here. We'll keep watching this thing. It's gonna move pretty darn slow on a Friday with no news. And this is clear vision. This is edge. I wouldn't go long here. Okay, not when you got an A+ setup to the downside, not when you got a red background, not when you got your strongest downside data candle, a pink candle, not when 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames. I wouldn't go long here. So anyway, we'll keep watching this thing. We'll watch it play out, and I'll leave my chart up. All right, so we got a little bit of retracement right up to the Maverick guide. Look at this thing. Got retracement right up to here, and then we continued to the downside. So stinking cool. Okay, we like to go long when price is above the blue line. We like to go short when price is below it. And I could show you that all day long if we go back to like yesterday, regular trading hours. Okay. Price above the blue line, we like to go long. Price below it, we like to go short. Price above it, we like to go long. Price below it, we like to go short. Price above it, we like to go long. Price below it, we like to go short. So again, I could show you that all day long. And yeah, so we'll keep watching this thing. We're back to hot pink candles. So you just had 2 candles of retracement. The whole world was getting out, but what about you? You got the Maverick AI Pro, you know you still have downside data candles even though you're coming back up, and our line in the sand, the Maverick guide, okay? So we'll keep an eye on this thing. We'll keep watching this. Let me switch to my minor zones now as price is hung up right here on this minor zone, but you got a 66 score. We are in manipulation time. Still have downside data candles, okay? Still have downside data candles here, even though we're coming up to the Maverick guide. So, and I'll tell you, these traders up here, all 5 traders are still pretty dang bearish on the 3-minute through the 15-minute. So it's just your 1 minute and your 2 minute. You're getting a little bit of retracement on, which is totally normal. All right, getting that nice push into the open. Beautiful. Awesome. I'm gonna close this sucker out right there. There you go, 1,100 bucks. All right, and we got out before the open. Now this thing might open up and this thing just fly straight down because it's the open. But I mean, we'll see. This is, I don't normally like to be into the opening candle because you get so much volatility this first candle. Wall Street's ringing the bell, everybody's piling in, and you can wick way up here all the way to down here, get your stop loss taken out and all that stuff. But folks, this is clear vision. Okay, this is edge. Okay, why were we in this trade? Red background, the bears were in control. Red and hot pink candles. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. We had an A setup for most of this trade on the ultimate trading assistant, the Maverick radar. And all 5 traders have been pretty dang bearish this entire time. We're stacking probability in our favor. So listen, if you want some edge in the market, if you want some clear vision on your charts, again, all our indicators in the Ultimate Edge bundle work on NinjaTrader and TradingView, and I'm going to include all the links in the description so you don't have to go looking for them. Come check us out. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Never any guarantees in any market. And man, you guys keep crushing it. Love seeing all of you guys passing evals, getting funded, all that stuff. This thing looks like it wants to keep ripping down, but oh well. We closed it out for a pretty sweet trade. So come check us out. MaverickIndicators.com. That's MaverickIndicators.com.